Military experience was very scary. Being drafted because I didn't want to be in the military, it created the low point of my life. And I get on the bus with these other young men, some of whom, by the way, had enlisted. It's not like people sometimes think everybody that fought in Vietnam was conscripted. And if you can remember those days when you were young, either you were a teenager, late teens, early 20s, with a bunch of guys, it was loud. You could hear a pin drop for that whole ride. And if someone spoke, it was as if someone was listening in. They would say, "Where are you from?" Which is like, why are you whispering? But I think it was the quality of, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And I'm honestly afraid. And yet we're not speaking about that, but it's whether we have volunteered or not, there's got to be some fear there. We get off the bus, and everybody is thinking this one same thought. No one's talking about it, but the drill sergeant, the first thing he says is, "Right, line up." They yell. They always yell. And he says, "I know what you're all thinking, so I'm going to answer that question that you have. Your question is, am I going to Vietnam?" Right? And the answer is yes. And you could visibly see this happen. Now it's just playing the odds. If I go there, will I survive? So you come face to face with a kind of morbid, ruthless mortality, potentially. 2 weeks in, we had a trainee platoon leader. This guy had been in the Army before, so they picked him. He wasn't, in their opinion, doing a very good job. So one day they just come up and they go, "You out." You're no longer the trainee leader. And we all go, And then he turns to me and he goes, "You in." So then I had to accept I'm now in a leadership position. So that's how it can happen. And so the military now is starting to actually teach me something. And I'm just the crack of that, by the way. It's not like a revelation. It's just like, because you're now in it. That's how leadership is. You're in it. And the next day we're going on a forced march. I don't know if you remember that bit, in the snow. And I'm like, this couldn't be worse. It's like we were talking about earlier. Life is presenting one challenge and then another piled on top of it. Just these series of events are kind of saying, keep moving. And if you do, you will probably be noticed in a positive way, if you really do your best. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It depends on what interpretation you put on it. It could be a possibility, and this is in retrospect, of there may be some leadership capacity within you. Not just, I got a job I don't want. That began that whole turning of a wheel about this experience, rather than just being a total negative experience, to, there may be something going on here.